at the McDonald's and I'm coming to the Susquehanna for that. They be in the McDonald's together too. I'm gonna call on Friday. Good job. What it? I know I saw it. She ain't your friend. Stop showing her.
What?
Showing her.
She followed me on TikTok. I'm about to unfollow me on TikTok. And why you? Just for you talking. You know, she's getting unfollowed. Why this bitch unfollow me first? Bitch, don't
Say hello.
What's up, everyone? What's up?
I was already about to unfollow her. I'm like, I'm tired of seeing her on shirt. That was spirit. And this bitch going fucking unfollow me on TikTok. I'm somebody. I was wondering why I went down, but I didn't even look because I'm like, fuck. I just looked at the top. Like,
If you guys are bored, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation.
I didn't even know. So that's how I could have kept her sharing her location and
That's what I do.
why you they don't go? Like, I don't want to see my shit. She not gonna see my shit, so I don't want to see her shit.
Damn, what you talking on her boyfriend?
Who?
You said,
Oh, cause I unshare my location and she said what she said.
so she said I'm gonna do one better.
Shit better, boo.
Like, bitch, let me tell you what they could do. Don't fucking leave me on follow back.
Let me tell you, three pages too. Don't think you gonna follow that no page in yours.
Hello?
Everybody's feed. Everybody's feed up.
4:15. Okay, give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Phone number 267. Okay, do you wait for anyone in particular? Okay. Okay. All right, see you then.
It's cute. Can we go to see the people?
Precious, Miss Jade, what's up? What's up?
It's her rings.
See if she should be 2 times or not.
What's up, guys? So I have these prompts up, right? If you guys want, have a back and forth,
Because why?
you could, right? You have the right. Belle, you have the right to, right? But here's the thing: just like I also believe men need to prove themselves, right? I believe men need to prove themselves in relationship or, towards a relationship. So does women. So, but it's up to you. If you want to leave, you leave. No problem. Thank you. Take care. Spicy. I feel like it's a double-edged sword. How so? How so? Incel prompts not very well thought out. How so? Please tell me. Please tell me how so.
I spirited.
I'm always down for a back and forth, Jordan. But, you know, all you could say is, you know, insults and very vague opinion. Really doesn't say much. Right? So, I guess I'll explain. All right. All right. First one. Women deserve less until proven themselves, right? Number two, not all women want bad men. But yeah, of course, nothing is about all, right? Nothing is about all. I think this is general. In general. Right? This is in general. It's not about all. I definitely there's exceptions. Definitely doesn't mean that this is everyone. Okay? It's just a general conversation, general topics, right? Back and forth. Let's, you know, give out point of views.
Maybe I gotta get the hint to it or something.
But this is the thing where I believe, right, in the beginning, men put way too much effort. I agree. Long-term relationships last if you are willing to commit. Yes. But the thing is, right? I think too many people are, right? They're selfish. No, I mean, not really. I don't believe it is. I don't believe it is. I don't believe it's sexist, because here's the thing, right? My point is that, you know, in the beginning, men, the whining and dining, the, you know, overextending yourself, you know, I think we are losing the plot when it comes to dating. Lynn, tuck ya. They are. It's in this generation. They've killed love most. Yeah, I think they've killed love. I definitely agree. I think they've killed love. Cut. Hả? Bảo muốn ai vậy đâu. Ai cũng được. Nếu không phải thân thì đứa nào cũng được. They've killed love. Yes, I mean, like one night stands, whatchamacallit, one night stand, hookup culture, the roster stuff. It's killed. Oh no, Maka. It's killed. You know. Well, the prompt predispose a norm, and until conditions are met, women are less than the norm. Oh, I see. You're saying men do too much from the start. The prompt shouldn't need a preamble. But here's the thing, right? Again, you can't have a whole essay. So this is the thing where I could always, you know, give more, you know, information, more thoughts. I could always expand upon it more. Sisam, what's up? What's up? Aryan Blitzkrieg. I mean, why would you disagree? Please tell me. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm down to have a conversation, okay? Again, number one, women deserve less until proven themselves, right? Until they've proven themselves. I think that I think not all men, right? I think there's a good amount of men that they extend themselves way too much in the beginning, right? They extend themselves way too much in the beginning, whining and dining, trying to impress a woman, while, you know, she does nothing and just sit back. I always think it's I always think it's interesting. Your name is Aryan Blitzkrieg, and to call about misogyny is honestly crazy in my opinion. What's up, sis? What's up? You sound like a gay dude competing with women. I'm not talking about dating men, right? I mean, where's the thing where I'm talking about dating men, all right? So I don't know where's the competing. I mean, number three, Freddy Krueger. I mean, like, you make very little, you're not really all that logical. You don't know what misogyny is. I do. Do you? I mean, where's the hate? Please tell me. Where is the hate? I mean, it seems like you don't. Number two, there are good men out there. Women just want to choose the bad one. Okay. How's that competing with women? Right? Saying that I didn't say all, right? I definitely didn't say all, but saying that women predominantly do choose terrible men. Women do predominantly choose terrible men. I mean, if they're choosing good men, they wouldn't found the incel, do some self-reflection. Please tell me what, right? I mean, where's the female hate? And I'm very, I believe in accountability, so plenty of self-reflection. No, good enough for, good enough for, until for the men they want, right? In relationships, right? I think we both should be proving ourselves. Ad hominems. Like, it's always the idiots that love to insult others, right? You can't debate. You can't have a conversation because you're too stupid to. I understand it, my dude. Most guys aren't good enough for most women. I don't agree. I mean, I don't disagree. That's why most men, there's what happened to the lonely male epidemic, right? So plenty of men are not dating. There's a lot of men that aren't dating. And men lie. But here's the thing, right? No, it's the men you choose, right? I figured, sounds like a woman, right? So I figured it's the men that you choose that lie. Again, not all men lie. There's no data that shows that. Big bars. What's up, my brother? What is up? Don't those guys have hands? I don't get it. I guess, yeah. I mean, human beings have hands. Man, Aryan, you make very little sense. But I can tell you don't even understand what misogyny means. So I can understand why you make so little sense. They get themselves off without what? I'm not talking about, seriously, what a degenerate. I'm not talking about getting yourself off, right? I'm talking about, these are about more long-term relationships, right? It's not about getting yourself off, degeneracy. I mean, like, come on, people are so, honestly, that's what I'm saying, right? So many people who have a problem with so many people, a bunch of degenerates. They think about sex, they think about getting themselves off. I mean, honestly, these women aren't the same as the past. I do agree, right? That's why I think they need to prove themselves. Because what are men trying to, impress themselves for? You're delusional. Why else do men interact with women? Procreation, companionship, uh, you know, prospering in life. I mean, two income households are better than one. Daniel, what's up? What's up? Hey everyone, happy Monday. Happy Monday, my brother. Happy Monday. I mean, to think that all you equate women to just what? Just sexual objects? I mean, there's more to a woman than just being a sexual object, right? Just like there's more to men than, I don't know, his wallet. It's like, man, you are such a degenerate. Again, there's companionship, there's friendship, there's, a helpmate, someone, that can someone that's there with you when you're down, when you hit rock bottom, you know, when you are struggling, okay? Someone that thinks about you, that cares for you, someone that, you know, there's such a magnitude. So it's like, it sounds like you've never been in a relationship. And it's funny, you call me a misogynist. Two, women have wanted bad men since Adam and Eve. Big bars. Mm, 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 mm. That's some powerful shit right there. You haven't been around very long. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know how old you are, right? But you know, I've lived a, you know, pretty long life in my opinion. Mysterium, what's up? What's up? I've been with my spouse. I mean, then that's great. I mean, like, no shade to you, right? Great that that you are in a happy, loving relationship, but you're the one who equate to what's good to be with a woman. Graham, I don't know what you're talking about, right? I mean, if you think that, let's say this is an incel list, right? So, I don't know. Hypothetically, what about it is? This is the thing where, why does everything have to be getting you laid? All you care about is just sex? Is that the only good thing you see with women? It's like, why, like, you call me a misogynist. All you care about is sex. Michael, I mean, you're an adult. Do what makes you happy. I would lay blame on two things. Modern World Radio, thank you for being here. I would lay blame on two things: the modern day feminism, and average salary doesn't stretch as far as it did 50 years ago. If women want to be taken care of and men want to provide, what else would be the reason? I can see the point. I don't disagree. Again, these are just prompts, right? If you guys have a, just as have a conversation. Let's go back and forth. If you're bored, right? If you're bored, let's have a conversation. Your opinions versus my opinions, right? I mean, just have a respectful adult conversation. Why not? Number three, yes, selfishness is the downfall of humanity. I agree. Right? Only caring about yourself. I honestly believe it's a big downfall. But now that I read number three, selfishness and individualistic is kind of the same thing. I gotta change that one. It's kind of the same thing. You're just thinking about yourself, and I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem we're facing. Too many people are just thinking about themselves. Again, I mean, it's more about if you guys are bored, right? If you guys have nothing to do, I'm not doing anything. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation back and forth. Let's have a respectful conversation back and forth. We don't, it's okay that we disagree. We don't have to agree about everything. But all right, let me expand on these prompts, right? So number one, all right, women deserve less until they've proven themselves. I believe this is a thing where I think men are overextending themselves, right? I don't know, planning dates, sometimes planning fancy dates. I agree with all three. Okay, Devin, thank you for, thank you. You agree. Thank you for agreeing. Four, I'm sorry. I mean, hey, it's okay. I mean, we don't have to agree 100%. If you're not in just for the money, why wouldn't you get it? All right, big bars. If you're not in it just for the money, why wouldn't you get coffee? It's the first date. I agree exactly. This is a thing where number one kind of goes with number four, right? Number one kind of goes with number four, where I think that we we both need to prove ourselves, right? I mean, again, trust shouldn't be just given. Trust should be earned, right? Trust should be earned. So again, it's kind of a what you call it, more clickbaity kind of a prompt. But I mean, I think both people need to prove themselves, okay? But I think men are overextending themselves while women are barely putting in any effort in the beginning. Okay, so that's why I believe men are overextending themselves in the beginning while women are barely putting in any effort in the beginning. So that's why I think women should step up, put more effort, while men should, take take a step back a bit. Okay, I think getting to know someone is the most important part of the dating process. Hugh G reaction. Thank you. This is true. This is true. See, that's what I'm saying. I think, again, like I said, I think women are putting in very little effort while men are overextending themselves. So, make it a bit more equal. Number two, there are good men out there. Women just want to choose the bad men knowingly. I think women knowingly choose the bad men. I think women find this is the age of materialism. I agree. I agree. You know, I think women know that there are good men out there. But why are women constantly complaining about bad men? Because they're choosing bad men over good ones, right? They ignore red flags for, attractive or men that fit their type, right? They ignore the good men and go for men that fit their type. And it just happens the men that fit their type are men that have a bunch of red flags. So they knowingly choose bad men. And I think number three, long-term relationships are failing because people are too selfish. I think people are too selfish. They only care about themselves, right? They only care about themselves. They only care about what they benefit. And number four, I think, coffee dates or low investment dates are the perfect thing. You shouldn't overextend yourself. You shouldn't overextend yourself. The date is about getting to know someone. Women nowadays have ego. I agree. I don't think women suck, right? Papa of Pinks. I don't think women suck. I just think that women have a skewed way of viewing dating. Where are the good men gone? You rejected them a long time ago. I agree, exactly. Yeah, I love women. I think women are amazing, right? I just think that they have a messed up view. I think women have a messed up view of dating in the world nowadays, right? And I think we can blame feminism. We can blame feminism. Feminism has poisoned women. Let's say modern feminism have poisoned women. Well, the divide would be one group of women who just want to date and the other want to build their family. Men need to stop confusing the two groups. It's not just on the ladies. No, I agree. It's not just on the ladies, right? But this is the problem I find. I think let's say this, even the two groups, the one group that just wants to date, even those women want good men, or even those women can't help, right? Being shackled to biology. I think just dating around for women isn't a good thing. A lot of women cannot stand just, casually dating, in my opinion. Right? They're going to want to eventually they're going to want to commit. They want commitment. I think very few women can just casually date. It's just nowadays women aren't acting like women. I kind of agree. I mean, feminism killed it. Like that's thanks to Nicki Minaj and other women rappers. Yeah, I can see that. One isn't true. True. All women don't need to prove themselves. They're humans like men. Here's the thing, right? Charlie. Well, men do have to prove themselves in relationships, right? Men have to prove themselves that they qualify for women. Women aren't desiring to date bums. So men do, and when it comes to relationships, men have to prove themselves that they qualify for said women. Okay, whether if he's charming enough, if he's good looking enough, if he's, if he has a stable job, whatever, right? He has to qualify for her. Radio. Ask men and women where to find a good, honest, loyal man and woman. Both can name places, but Sodom go to those places. I agree. I can't agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. Again, these are just opinions, right? I'm always down for opposing opinions, right? I support it. If you guys disagree or agree, I'm down to have a conversation. Let's talk. It's not a bad thing talking. Oh, I thought you were saying women have to qualify. No, qualify for everything. No, no, no. I'm talking about in a relationship dynamic, right? We're all humans, so I'm not, bit of a human respect. But when it comes to relationships, yeah, we have to qualify for each other. I believe we have to qualify for each other, and I think women are putting very little effort when it comes to dating, and I believe men are putting way too much effort when it comes to dating. So I believe both people need to try to qualify for each other. Put a bit more effort in when it comes to the dating dynamic. But no, that's why I put relationships in parentheses, right? Because I'm not telling people to prove themselves as humans. I sincerely do believe that it's only gonna get worse. I agree. I think things are gonna get worse. I think things are still gonna get worse before they get better. Right? I think that's a sad truth. Big bars, exactly. We love women. They just need to stop using men. I agree. Or they just need to also stop putting so much pressure on men, right? I think women put a lot of pressure on men. They put a lot of pressure on men to perform or to be a certain type of man, to be as perfect as possible. I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem we're facing, where women are putting too much pressure onto men to perform, to be the best, to be as perfect as possible. I think that's a problem. And you're seeing that with a lot of men where they just can't compete, which I guess, it is understandable, survival of the fittest. But I mean, it's honestly making very few men able to compete. The power of influence. I agree. The power of influence. The internet has a very powerful influence. Tiffany, Bunny Bunny Gang. I agree with all of these. Oh, awesome! I love it. I love it. Thank you for agreeing. Thank you for agreeing. See, I love it. I love it when amazing women are on the same page as well. I miss it. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old fashioned. I miss it when it was about love, right? I miss it when it was about love and both people were putting time and effort into getting to know each other and actually wanting to get to know each other. This whole dating casually thing, this whole roster stuff, the situationships, the hookup culture, how dating is, it sucks, right? No one's putting effort in at all. Women in the 1900s were way more cultured and respectful to men and not so materialistic. That's how it's supposed to be, about love, about what's inside that matters. Exactly. I agree. Right? I agree. It's about what's inside that matters, right? It's about who you are. Essentially, right? This is what I said. These are not misogynistic, in my opinion. I don't think these are incel, when some people thought, I think this is more about, let's let's get back to the roots of dating, right? The roots of dating. Southern Horseman, there's nothing wrong with a meet and greet that doesn't involve expensive dinner. Exactly. Let's get to know each other. Let's get to know each other and to see if we actually vibe, if we actually have chemistry. Right? I think all first time dates should be something very simple. Something very simple, very low investment. Nobody feels like they're taken advantage of, right? It is sad. It definitely is sad, right? Again, this is why we should have these conversations. I would hope that more women or more different people would join and would talk, have a conversation. We miss having a respectful conversation, respectful dialogue with different people. You know, because our the world is not as amazing as it is. What's up with these girls using Tinder for free meal? I agree. I agree. It shouldn't be about that, right? It shouldn't be about that. Dating should be about the person, not about, in my opinion, it shouldn't be about the experience. It should be about the person. We've lost the plot when it comes to dating, right? Even let's say this, even let's say even with the online dating thing, right? I believe if you swipe liking someone, you should actually want to talk to the person. You should actually want to put effort into getting to know the person. Foodie dates, yeah, it is gross. It's gross and weird. I agree, right? I think, we don't care about getting to know each other anymore, which is a sad thing. I think it's a sad thing that we don't desire to get to know each other anymore. I think it's hurting us as humans, right? Let's have a conversation with each other. I don't know. I think it's fun. Don't forget, there are people starving to death in torture camps right now. Okay, our lives are too privileged and amazing to focus on hateful parts of the world. I mean, yeah, I mean, of course, there's always people who are worse off, right? But to be honest, it's like you can't always think about the people that are worse off. Then your life will always be depressed. Mary, even if you knot the thread once it's broken, the sign will be visible. I guess so. Flee, devil sucks. I guess, I guess. But I always think it's part of humanity, right? Good and evil, right? The devil and God. I think it's a reflection of humans. So we have the capacity to do both good and evil. So, you know, I think the devil's within all of us. It's how we go about it, right? Pumpkin, gross. Okay. Women don't choose bad men. It's a harmful stereotype. Do they? I mean, we hear plenty of women complain about liars, cheaters, and abusers, right? I mean, unless those women are lying. Mary, unless you think women are lying when they talk about, that they're dealing with liars, cheaters, and abusers. Flee, you are satanic. I'm not. I don't believe in religion, so if you think so, you think so. Danny, a bigot, femboy, groper. That's more people that just know how to insult. It's sad, but it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I don't mind the trolls. I don't mind the haters. Tiffany, exactly. They're broken, but then call a man broke when you call them out on their bad behavior. Exactly. I agree. Tommy, what does women deserve less mean in this context? Less of what? In a relationship context, right? I believe men shouldn't overextend themselves, right? No fancy dates, no like planning extravagant dates, flowers, all that shit. I think right now men shouldn't overextend themselves, right? I think women should put more effort when it comes to the dating process. Men should do less, right? It's about getting to know each other. We shouldn't focus on, you know, I don't know, trying to impress a woman, because that negates, you know, you trying to get to know each other, right? A woman should put in effort when it comes to dating, and men should, you know, put in an equal amount of effort. Pumpkin, we don't want you. All good. No one forces you to want anyone. And this is also I want to say, right? Like for like you got number two, right? No woman today is forced to deal with any man she doesn't want to deal with, right? Today, right? No woman today is forced to deal with a man she doesn't want. Yeah, yeah, I don't know about this one. I hope you have a loving and happy future. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. You're giving away your incel background. If you say so. I mean, again, I'm not uh, I'm not complaining that about getting sex from women. That's not the main thing. So there's a reason this incel hides. No, right here. No, I'm not scared. Again, you can see my face on my channel, right? Nero, you can see my. I mean, like literally, I have other videos, so you can see my face plainly. But again, hiding is like you can't read the prompts if my face is in the way. If no one has told you yet, you're a wonderful, bright, beautiful individual. Hopefully the rest of your day goes amazing. Hellisher, thank you, thank you. Nobody wants to have sex with you. I don't care, right? Sex is not the most important thing. I'm not crying or dying for sex. Tommy, I suppose I can see your point, but I still believe in the expectation of men paying for dates and putting effort into courting a partner. Tommy, that's beautiful, right? I don't say that's not beautiful. It's not like I don't agree with you. I don't agree with. It's not like I don't agree with you. I agree. The problem is, I think that doesn't fit with modern day dating. Okay, you can put in effort and court dozens of partners, and then all of them, all dozen, goes nowhere. Then your effort becomes wasted, right? And it also, it also hurts men. So I think you gotta put in just as much equal effort as women put in. More insults from Pumpkin. It's all good. I don't mind the insults. I don't mind the hate. It's weak people who only know how to hate instead of have a conversation, right? Weak-minded people only know how to spread hate instead of having a conversation. But women shouldn't be taking advantage of that. I agree. Women shouldn't be taking advantage of it. Without faithfulness and honesty, you have nothing. I agree. Well, if you hate women so much, you can always. I've never talked about hating women. I've not talked about hating women. I agree. The men should pay for a date if the woman is worthwhile. Exactly, Tiffany. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. At least, sadly, at least there's one woman that's logical in the chat, right? There's one woman logical in the chat. Again, I think that I don't, I don't mind men, or I promote men, putting in effort. But again, what effort are you getting back? What effort are men getting back? Okay, it is I think it's I mean, the world's unfair, but it's unfair that men are putting so much effort in while women put very little. The way the beginning of my relationship worked out was I found someone who I wanted to try to go out with. When she said yes, I just took her somewhere cool to get some food. I mean, yeah, that's something simple, right? I mean, something simple is nice. Sierra, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I wasn't worried about giving her too much or too little. We wanted to go get sandwiches, so I took her to a sandwich shop and brought us food. That sounds simple, right? That's again, that sounds like a simple thing. And again, she wanted to go on a date with you, right? I think too many women, in my personal opinion, too many women are going on dates with men they don't even give a shit about. Too many women are going on dates with men they don't even like. So they're just going on dates just for the hell of it. I think too many women are going on dates with men just for the hell of it. They don't care about the man. They could care less if they see the man again. So, yeah. Definitely a femcel. How dare you it's a generalization, right? It's not all women. I'm not saying all women. It's generalizing, right? Complaining is feminine. So men are not allowed to complain. That is interesting. Right? I think that's really weird, right? I mean, so men are not allowed to complain. I think that's weird. Men should be the ones who plan dates, ask the women out, and repeat the process in order to find out if the two are compatible. I'm not saying men shouldn't, but I'm saying today, nowadays, it's honestly it's a draining process. That's why I think a lot more men are just giving up. It's tiring, right? I mean, it's very tiring. It's not like what it was in the 90s, 80s, and before, right? Women have way too much options. So, men could go on 100 dates a year and still find nothing. Hey, hey, devil's advocate. I'm a kid, right? It's because I'm 8. Also, you know how I'm a kid. I do edits. Interesting. A kid. You shouldn't be watching my channel. You know that. Shouldn't you be in school, or did you just get out of school? Sierra Dawes, you shouldn't be in school. I mean, you should be in school, or you should be doing homework. Right? You should be doing homework. Teaching someone to stand up for themselves is different from complaining. Exactly. You're homeschooled? You're homeschooled and your parents let you your parents are letting you on going on YouTube on people's lives. You are crazy. I don't know. Your parents need to watch you more. Your parents need to watch you more. But here's the thing, right? I'm respectful. I don't like to curse. I'm respectful. I don't like to curse. I don't like to teach people bad stuff. So I don't mind, I love everyone. A man should plan a date that he'll enjoy too. I agree. That should be about both man and a woman. Sierra Dolls, I don't think these are good topics for you, I didn't even know why you wanted to be a mod. These are not topics for you at your age. You can tell who doesn't know the real. I agree, Big Bars. I agree. Thank you. Not a detractor. First one might be controversial, but I get what you're saying. Again, yeah. I mean, it's a little controversial, so we can have a conversation about it, right? A little bit clickbaity, so we can have a conversation. But it's not about. Again, nothing about this is hating. It's not about hating anyone, right? I'm not saying any of these to hate on women or hate on anybody. Okay. It's not my point. I think, in my opinion, women are putting way too little effort in the dating process, and men are putting way too much. Okay, I think men are putting way too much in the dating process, while women are putting way too little. Yeah, I don't think so too. You should be playing sports and video games with real life friends. I agree. Yeah, Sierra, you maybe go. Oh, then you should be hanging out with your friends. Go hang out with your friends. Man, this is the thing where I remember when I was like probably around a kid. I was like, after I go home, I'm like turning on TV and watching cartoons while doing homework. I remember those days. Oh, I miss it. Like after school cartoons were the best. After school cartoons were the best. Not a tractor. I don't hate anyone, but I agree. The dating world is crazy. The older you get, 100%, 100%. I'll go watch Garfield with my friends. A good one, old school. I love Garfield. What is it? What was it? Garfield and Friends. Man, I remember watching that shit. Or I mean, I remember watching that. Just make sure you don't learn anything from the internet at all. There's no better teacher than real life experience. I agree. For the young kids, yeah, please do. Right? You know, talk to people online. Maybe 13, 14, not 8. I agree. I agree. Your parents should be on you, right? The parents, but thank you. Even as a kid, thank you for the love. Again, I want to create a violent environment where we don't hate each other, right? Let's show some love. Let's just have a conversation. Yeah, let's just have a conversation. Hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah, Jay.
Can you,
Sign?
yeah, just sign it, please. You just have to type it. No problem.
Tractor. A first date should be getting to know a person, no expectation. The first date should be 50-50. 100%. I agree. 100%. I think so many people have lost the plot. Dating should be getting to know someone, right? Getting to know someone and, moving towards a relationship. We can talk. I hate people who play games. I agree. I definitely agree. People people shouldn't be playing games with each other, right?
You can see the color, right?
I think you're saying stuff that's on some level understandable and not insane. But I hope you can understand why people are kind of weary of this about this list. I mean, yeah, people can be weary. I mean, again, it's about conversation. I think us having a dialogue is a good thing, right? I think us having a dialogue, having a conversation is a very good thing. I think too many people are, not, particularly as adults, young adults, we're not having a conversation. We're not, we shouldn't hate each other, right? Men and women shouldn't be hating each other. We should, communication, right? Communication is, I think, an amazing thing. I think for success of relationships, for success of friendships, for success of anything, I think communication is the key. So, yes, it might be trying to be maybe sensational, maybe controversial, but it's to start a conversation, right? It's to start a conversation. We need to peacefully coexist. I agree. And I think communication is the key, right? Let's talk to each other. Let's understand each other. Let's let's understand or get to know other point of views, right? That's what I think is a good thing. I think the quantified perspective on a relationship is a bit reductive and troublesome is all. I may be biased, but since I'm currently in a happy relationship, but I think I can make a case still. I mean, maybe. I mean, unless you are dealing with, the issues of dating right now, then maybe you are a bit biased. Fly, what's up? I'm late to the stream. Why do women need to prove themselves? Okay. Why do women need to prove themselves? This is the thing. I believe men are overextending themselves, right? I believe men are overextending themselves. So, I think men put way too much effort in the beginning, while I think women put very little. Women put very little effort. So I think the balance is not there. Women are dating men, going on dates with men they don't even give a shit about, they don't like, they don't care. They don't care if they will see again, right? I think a lot, I'm not saying all women, I'm saying I think a lot of women, right? I think a lot of women are going on dates with men they could care less about, right? So women are putting very little effort in. So I think dates, when you go on dates with people, dates with women, they need to show you that they actually want to go out with you, right? So you shouldn't be whining and dining her, right? You shouldn't be, flowers, all these extravagance, when honestly, she could probably care less. She could probably, could care less, right? I mean, she probably could care. She probably won't even care if she sees you again, right? She gives you a chance, but it's a chance to change her mind. It's not a chance to, she likes you already, so you go on a date with her, it just seals the deal. No, there's no deal to be sealed, because a lot of time women are going on dates with men they don't care about. If they see again, they don't care. So I just think that women need to put more effort in when it comes to the dating, while I think men should tone it down a bit, and because men are putting too much effort in. Men and women both have their strengths and weaknesses. I agree. Merc, exactly. Respectful discourse. We need that. We need respectful discourse. Lynn, you don't date. It's a shame. Jade, what's up? What's up? I'm very late to the conversation. What's happening? What's happening? A vegan. You're eating, huh? Prime. What's up? What's up? Hopefully we can just have a respectful conversation, right? Hopefully we can have a respectful conversation. Maybe a fun conversation, maybe a fun back and forth conversation. I think part of the problem is thinking that in order to date someone, you need to be part of a dating scene. I think that might be one of the biggest issues being experienced here. I don't know. I mean, I can see your point. Paint the picture of your ideal relationship. Paint the picture of my ideal relationship. Wow, that's an interesting question. So, someone that supports me, right? Someone that loves me. Someone that wants to be with me. Someone that finds Alvi, my brother. What is up? What is up? Someone that wants to be with me. Someone that finds me attractive. Someone that is a partner, right? I want someone that we can build together. We enjoy each other's time. Someone that can share hobbies, share interests, right? We enjoy each other's time. I think that's my ideal relationship, right? It's not necessarily about looks. I mean, like, if she's cute, if she's okay looking, right? Average. I think it's who she is, right? We enjoy each other's time. My ideal relationship is someone that we enjoy each other's time, right? We have fun being around each other. TV, what is up? I keep seeing your lives. I keep thinking, why don't you add more gender roles and talk about those instead of working men, and trans people? I mean, isn't this a woman? I mean, you said, here's a woman, right? So, and give me some topics. I'm down for, if you have ideas, right? I'm always down, right? Please comment, comment, and I'll look at the topics. Merc, I'm all for number 4. If she's not into getting to know you on a personal level, she's not worth your time. I agree. I agree. I didn't meet my girlfriend by looking for someone in the dating scene. I meet her organically as a result of mutual friendships, which led to us talking. Here's the thing also, right? I think that's a great thing, right? But I think a lot of people are also suffering where they're not able to meet anyone organically. Alvi, thank you. I love you. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Okay. Red Hood. Love the name. Love the name. I agree with all the above. Love it. Love it. Alvi, you're amazing. I love you, my brother. Both men and women need to have a clear idea as to what they want in a relationship. I agree. Communication is the key. Boundaries. Knowing boundaries is a good thing. Jade. In my opinion, some women nowadays want men for many things, but there are other women who would love for a man for more than just money and fame. But some women are very focused on their financial place. I could see that. I could see that. This is crazy, but I'm down. I learned a lot about her before doing anything else. Discovered that she has a good points on things and make sense to me, and realized that we have a very good and functional dynamic together. That's amazing, right, Tommy? Awesome that you have such a amazing relationship. I support you. I love it. Alan, my foil, right? My foil. All right. When you say deserve less, does that mean less in a aggregate or less than men? No. Less in a relationship sense, right? Men shouldn't be doing so much, right? I mean, like, again, this is not all women. It's not all men in general. Men shouldn't be whining and dining in expensive restaurants, gifts, flowers, chocolates, whatever, right? Whatever it is. Planning fancy dates, fancy outings, right? Tone it down, right? Tone it down. While women should put in more effort, right? Put in more effort during the dating process. Merc, I'm with Jade. Some women would prefer to have a loyal man than to have a large... I agree. I agree. But is there a lot of those women? I don't know. Cash. My uncle told me that the clothes that I'm wearing looks gay. And I said, duh. It just came out of the closet. Good joke. So-called good women need to check these evil women. I agree. Like 50-50, more effort, or that women inherently needs to work harder. No, not work harder than men, right? No. Like, yes, 50-50, more effort. All right? I think women are putting very little effort when it comes to dating, while men are putting way too much. I think women are putting very little effort when it comes to dating, and men are putting way too much. But then they will also sacrifice the loyal man to have all the things for... Yo, Alan, you know what? Tell me some interesting... please comment some interesting topics, right? You want to have a conversation about. Because, again, I usually go for men and women dynamics, but I'm always down for any kind of particular topics you may have. So what you're saying is that both the man and a woman needs to put in equal effort. Exactly. I think equal effort. I just think that there's an imbalance. I think men are putting way too much effort, and I think women are putting way too little. Lobotomy. I think women should have their body count tattooed, and this must be mandatory. Also, they have to have 10 or more bodies. They will be registered as a train station. No, that's really the one. Honestly, the rest are fine today. No, I'm saying any other kinds of topics you may want to have a debate over. I'm down. I don't need to sacrifice anything. I can take care of myself. I agree. And this is a thing where most people, I mean, I think most people can take care of themselves, right? Most people can take care of themselves. That's why I think that we're going about dating wrong, right? I think dating is about getting to know someone. You know, you shouldn't care about the fancy dates, the fancy, you know, being impressed or anything like that. So, you know, I'm always thinking about we should try to get to know each other. So you would also agree with the statement that men deserve less until. Here's the thing where men already get less, right? It's not like I wouldn't agree with it, right? I think men already get less, right? I think men already get less, and men still have to prove themselves, right? I think men get less and still have to prove themselves already. So it's not like I don't agree with it, but again, it's not reality in my opinion. In my opinion, that's not reality. If it ends up being 50-50, then what's the point of specifically targeting the girl? What's the point of specifically targeting the girl? You want to target a woman that wants you, right? That's the point, right? You want to target a woman that actually wants you, that's putting effort into getting to know you, putting effort into, you know, being with you. Dude, she's not coming back, and doing this isn't gonna make you feel better. I mean, I kind of like the conversations. I kind of like having conversations. So technically, it is making me feel better. We are talking about the ones that can't and won't. Lynn, I love it, right? I'm rational, logical, and analytical. That's interesting. That's fun. I love it. You know, I don't mind that. This might get me some hate, but I generally think of men as the more expendable. That's true. I agree. That is men, right? Tommy said this might get me some hate, but I generally think of men as the more expendable sex. That is society. Society view men as more of the expendable sex. That's reality, right? That is reality of most men. That's the reality of majority of men, right? They are the expendable sex. I agree. But again, you know, as time goes on, we're trying to push equality, right? Why is it why is it okay for women to try to push equality, but it's crazy when men try to push equality? That's the thing where I always find it's funny, all right? Why is it okay for women to push equality, yet it's insane for men to push equality? I always think that's insane. I use both sides of my brain equally since high school. That's awesome. Lynn, that is awesome. Do you blame men who created this society in the first place that devalues and expends men easily? Do I blame men? Because honestly, men in general did not create it, right? Top, you know, the top tier, the men at the top created this, right? Men at the top created this. But here's the thing, right? Do I blame the world for how it is? No, I don't, right? I don't say, one part I said it is what it is. And the second part is like, well, let's put some effort into, if you do have problems with certain things, voice your problems, voice your opinions. That's what I think about it. Voice your opinions and see if you can make changes. Look into feminism. They explain it. I agree. Feminism, you know, I'm fine with getting a bit less because I think I'm supposed to be expendable one. I'm not killing myself by trying too hard or nothing, but I just want to pour a bit of myself into my girl's welfare. That's amazing, right? That's amazing of you. But at the end of the day, you know, I think how I see the world, that I see men are being viewed as expendable, and it breaks my heart seeing that men are viewed as expendable. So I voice my opinions because it's not. So who's to blame for the expendable nature of men? Because it's not women being that they couldn't even be in the office for a century yet. But here's the thing, right? You gotta think how society is, right? Women are not complaining that men have to go to war or protect nations, tribes, villages, towns, cities, countries. Women are not complaining or stopping. Men have to protect. Okay, so men have always, I think it's part of human nature. Okay, I think it's part of human nature. That's the sad part, right? I think a lot of you can see this in many aspects of of nature, of society, of different, animal groups, right? There's always an alpha, or the head of a group. If you are a group of animals, there's always the head, and there's always a hierarchy, right? So this is the thing. I think a lot of men understood it, right? A lot of men understood it. There's always like the leader, bunch of others, going down. So men kind of understand hierarchy. So there's nothing to blame. It's just, I think that's part of life. Right, but let's go to the root of the issue. That powerful men created a system where the poor man goes to die on their behalf. Wouldn't you be mad? Wouldn't you be more mad at those men than the girls that don't talk? Here's the thing, right? Let's go. Let's play with that thing. Okay, so let's try to do this. You gotta think about it logic. Okay, so if let's say 10 men are mad at one man that controls like a president or a king, right? Okay, so one man controls these 10 men. So these 10 men uprise, kill that one man, right? Because he's controlling them, he's telling them what to do. So 10 men now killed this leader, right? Killed the leader, killed the king. So now these 10 men are what? Essentially ruling. 10 men are essentially ruling. But now 10 men are fighting against each other, right? 10 men are fighting against each other. Oh, no, you got to follow me. No, you got to do this. So that's the thing where it's part of hierarchy, right? Hierarchy. There can only be one president, one king, one CEO, one owner, right? When you have too many, you're going to battle, right? That's like the warring states, right? So each 10 of those are kings. So each 10 of those men are kings. Now they're fighting each other. So that's the thing where a lot of men understand that the nature of humans, right? I think that's part of the natures of human. Because I agree, men are treated as expendable, but the rich man created the society, which is why I'm more interested in stopping those men. But this is the thing where I don't think you could. Right? Because at the end of the day, when let's say you kill the rich man that's created the society, he's going to be replaced by the men that killed him. So how are women who have been historically at the bottom of the totem pole socially can't vote? Here's the thing, right? That's been proven wrong. That men didn't gain voting rights, at the beginning as well, right? Men were at the bottom along with women, and women had more social value than men had, right? And again, I'm not blaming the thing where I'm not blaming the social problems on women. I'm not necessarily blaming, but women do perpetuate it. What I'm doing is like kind of breaking it, right? I'm trying to have an argument that breaks certain social viewpoints. Yes, but they gained it sooner. Yeah, they gained it sooner, but it doesn't defeat the point that men were just at the bottom along with women. But women have higher social value than men. You can't blame them, but still, women perpetuate it. Women hold on to it. I'm not blaming them, right? There's no blame at it. I'm more talking about, what? Do you want to fight against, certain, views or standards? Yeah. Men need to stay at the bottom. It's a long time. Ryan. Oh, Ryan. Well, if you think so, men and women are the same. The effort you're talking about. If you think so, then Cortex, you are pretty crazy. If you think men and women are the same. Yes, but men were allowed to be nobility while women couldn't even before they could vote. What? How? No, most men are not. Most men were not able to gain nobility, right? And I think women could have married into nobility. Johnny, what's up? What's up? Hello. All right, guys. Sorry, gotta work. I gotta work. So have another live, right? Check me on another live, right? Later, guys. Sorry.